Okay, so we've determined for ourselves that exercise is a pretty good call. It's one of those best things we can do, and you probably know that. That's probably not a surprise to you. Maybe it's a surprise that it's, that valuable, but we all know that exercise makes us feel different, makes us feel better. So let's jump into the next question. Which is the best exercise? If I were to ask you, or if you were to ask me, which one is the most important, or no, not important, which is the most beneficial exercise of all the exercises out there, you know, and again, excluding the um, excluding the high intensity interval training, the yoga, the weightlifting, the anaerobic stuff, just kind of putting those to the side for now, keeping those in mind as other things we could be doing that are really beneficial. Of the aerobic exercises, which one's the best? We asked that, and when I asked that in the class, invariably I get swimming and walking and running and biking and rowing, and there's all those different types of exercise. Somebody even said gardening, and I don't know if I can include gardening as an exercise, but um, here's the one answer. It's the right answer, and it's the one that I want you to keep in mind. What is the best exercise of all the exercises out there? The best exercise is, let me see if I can pull this off with, let's see, I want to add this. The best exercise is the one you will do. And it doesn't really matter a whole lot which one that is. It doesn't matter if it's swimming or biking or skiing or racquetball. It doesn't matter if it's, and it doesn't really, it's not the one that's your favorite, although that's probably the one you will do. It's the one that you'll do. I remember I was at my wife's house in Boise a few years ago, and their parents, they're always trying this or that thing, trying to stay healthy, which like everyone else does. And they got one of these stair steppers. You ever been on one of those stair steppers where you're just you step on it and it kind of goes up and down, your legs go up and down while you're holding onto the bar. And I got on that thing, and probably 5 minutes into it, I thought I wanted to shoot myself. I thought, this is the most boring, horrible. I even turned the TV on so you could watch the TV while you were working out. I even turned the TV on to maybe help. I could not do it. It was horrible. But I can get on my bike and ride for 2 hours without even thinking about it. I can play racquetball. We go and play, my family and I and our friends, we go play pickleball. We'll play for 3 hours. And we just keep wanting to play on and on and on because it's so much fun. And that's really how it should be. Find and the other thing that we would recommend, and we'll get into, ideal exercise or minimum exercise in a second, but it's a good idea to have at least two or three different things that you can do. Don't just do the same thing every time, because you do the same thing every time, it works the same muscles, it does the same exact, but you've got so many different muscles. That's why I like to jog on trails and bike ride and bike ride on trails, so that it's not just sitting in one position, or it's not just on a treadmill and using a few muscles. It's balance, and you go underneath a branch, and all these different muscles get worked. So have 2 or 3. But it is the one you will do. Now, so that's the first question. So the second question is, if I wanted to really be economical, in other words, if I were to ask, what's the minimum I can do? I don't have much time to exercise. So if I want to optimize the goodness of aerobic exercise, obviously without overdoing it, but in the minimum amount of time and distance, what would that look like? And so that's the next question we're going to get to. So hang tight, be right back.